and welcome back to Exit Corners. Today we are going to be playing chapter 24, Down in the Dumps. I'm down in the dumps after what's happened in this game. Bad things is happening. It's all badness. And it's not good. So everyone should be down in the dumps. Even Sean should be the most down in the dumps because he should be ashamed of himself. Let's go and see. Let's listen to our recap because I've got too much buzzing in my brain right now to do my own recap. And let's see. Previously on Exit Corners. Recap. Yes, please. Beth is dead. Ether found her lifeless body in one of the Blue Wings' bedrooms. The two of them split up to look for their next puzzle. Beth found it, but something killed her while Ether was lapping the hallway. The reigning theory is that some sort of trap killed her when she attempted the puzzle. The rest of us contestants hesitated to even enter the room since we had no idea what dangers awaited us. What if I'm getting more and more convinced that it was Ether and she just pretends to be this innocent girl? Eventually, Tiana and I went to investigate. We took our time with it and thankfully emerged from the scene of the crime unharmed. Why are Tiana and Sean not freaking out more as well is the thing? They're so casual about it. I don't get it. That's where the good news ends, however. Though we did find a handful of clues, such as shards of glass along the floor and a bruise at the nape of Beth's neck, none of it was all that helpful. With no leads and an ever-shrinking time limit, the group decided to head back over to the Black Wing and finish up the puzzles there. This will give me more time to try and piece together what happened with Beth, which was a very good idea to go and do the other puzzles first. We cleared a puzzle in a strange smoke-filled room, then got out of there as quickly as we could. It's only a matter of time until we encounter the next corner. Now I'm looking at all the pins in the wall. Oh, and we're back into the game. So this is the Black Wing, right? That's the full seasoned corners thingy. Okay. Ink stood cross-armed at the back of the hallway, shoulder to the wall. As he watched the other contestants huddle around the monitor, his mind began to wander. Beth. What happened to you? Can Ether not use a clairvoyant? How am I supposed to solve this? I know she can't control it, but come on, Ether. Why did you give me this letter? We need to read it. The very same letter that was still tucked snugly against his breast. He reached for it, running his finger along its edge, but ultimately left it where it was. No, I promised I wouldn't. Not until we've escaped. I wouldn't be keeping that promise. I'm really sorry to anyone who might be thinking about me promising something on their deathbed. I would totally read the letter right now. You've put your trust in me, so I'm gonna do the same. Ink rummaged through his brain for anything that might prove useful. He had read his fair share of mystery novels. Surely some wayward factoid could help him here. I mean, if you've read mystery novels, you are 100% a qualified murder detective. That's how I got my qualification, except it was video games. I've played 2 Sherlock Holmes games, so, you know, what can I say? I'm in demand. Okay. Hey, think you could help us here? I know you've probably got your mind on other things, but I think you'd be a big help with this one. Mate, I'm a help with all of them. Nearly every single one. Is that right? It's a word puzzle. If anyone can solve this one quickly, it's you. I'm making some headway, so if you'd rather keep thinking on what killed Beth, so blunt? No, it's fine. I'll give it a go. Maybe all that reading of yours will come in handy for once. Fuck off, Sean. Lord knows I'm not getting anywhere fast. Maybe if you'd spend less time cracking jokes and hitting on Liza, you'd be better at solving these. True. So why don't you solve it, smart guy? Ray shot Sean a piercing glance, then redirected it towards Ink. I can't believe you actually hang out with this joker. He does love his jokes. That wasn't a compliment. See, if I just want to swing Ray's left hand at him, like give him a good left hook. You can do better than this waste of air, Ink. The others turned to leave, but Ink couldn't let the conversation end that way. Oh no, we're gonna defend him. Guys, wait. What do you want? Listen, I know this won't seem important to you, but I want you guys to stop putting down Sean so much. He's including me in that, isn't he? With the way he's acting, he deserves it. A little, sure. He takes jokes too far sometimes, I get that. Buddy, don't worry about it. I can handle a little teasing. This isn't teasing. There is no time for teasing right now, Sean. I don't want these guys to think of you as some callous jerk. That's not you. The Sean I know is considerate, patient, uplifting. Don't forget handsome, hilarious, and did I say handsome? Do you know what's like such an unattractive quality? That. I hate him. Ink grinned. He could always count on Sean to cheer him up. I have changed my tune on Sean. Gets on my nerves now. Don't like him at all. Listen, Sean. I want them to know what you did for me. This ought to be rich. Oh, he's going to have done something extremely heroic and I'm going to look like a dick. Okay, so a little over a year ago, I was in a rough spot. I just started at BBU. Now, this may come as a shock to some of you, but Freshman Ink didn't have very many friends. I guess no one from your high school went to the same college as you? Few of them did. If you grew up in Bellbridge, it was pretty common to hop on over to BBU after high school. The problem was that I actually started university a few years later than my peers. I needed some time to myself. Had a bit of a personal reboot. I was going through stuff. Coupled with an awful workload and ludicrous dorm costs, I was in a pretty bad spot. Anxiety, depression, the odd panic attack. I was down in the dumps. That's the name of the chapter. And had no one to turn to. What about your parents? Liza, we're not really on speaking terms at the moment. Haven't been for some time, unfortunately. Why else would I have moved into the dorms when I could have just stayed at home? Of course, I'm sorry to have brought that up. Toxic parents, how awful. Don't worry about it, it's in the past now. There's a brief lull as Ink mulled over Ethan's comment. Yeah, that felt really weird. She knew my parents were a sore spot. That's why she tried to stop Liza. Was that her clairvoyance, I wonder? Oh. Come to think of it, she lives in the dorms too, doesn't she? I wonder if her situation is similar. That's more like what I was thinking, as if she was relating it to her own parents as well. He shook his head, cursing himself for losing his train of thought. Anyway, I wasn't doing well. All I had were my books, which even then were barely enough to keep me sane. One autumn day, I made a spur-of-the-moment decision to visit the campus pub. There was an event going on there, though, to be honest, I don't even remember what it was. And that's when I ran into Sean. Rather, he ran into me, walked right up to me and started chatting like we were long-time pals. I recognized Ink from high school. We didn't really hang out back then, but we'd met in a bookstore downtown maybe a year or two after graduating. I told him to consider going to BBU, and hey, he eventually did. Honestly, he looked like he could use a friend. We started hanging out a bunch more after that. Sean helped me get out of my shell. I'd actually leave my room sometimes. Started socializing more. Went to a few parties even. I don't know what kind of rut I'd be in if it weren't for him. So say what you will about him, but he was literally the only person who tried to make a connection with the lonely kid in the corner of a bar. Ask yourselves, would you have done the same? Would any of you reached out? Silence. The answer, it seemed, was a resounding no. Yeah, but you can't judge people on that. Like, Ink, you wouldn't have either. I certainly wouldn't, because I'm not gonna go up to strangers. I would be the lonely person. You know? Ah, okay. I don't buy this as making him a good person. Sure, Sean's on edge today. Sure, his stress is manifesting in weird ways. But he's a decent guy. Well, sorry, I guess. No! Just because he's a decent guy, it doesn't excuse the shit that he was saying before. The other contestants turned back to the puzzle, sheepish looks on their faces. You didn't win me over there, Ink. You didn't. We should get back to the puzzle. Probably. You didn't need to do that, Ink. No, but I wanted to. Thanks, bub. I hope we can continue to hang out together when this is all over. I mean, like, I hope we don't die and stuff. I mean, you know what? I should probably just stop talking. Yes. Never change, Sean. Okay. Why don't we give him a hand with the puzzle, eh? I was hoping you'd say that. A word puzzle, is it? Sounds right up my alley. Time to solve this thing. Requirement. Valid spelling both down and across. Wait, so across this way and down this way? Oh my god, there's two Y's? Like, I'm guessing left to right like that. And up to down like that. There. Something there. Ali. Valley. Valley. Vide. Yidu Valley. Yiliv Vide. Let's try again. Oh my god, this could take me all day. Let's right, so this means there's two 9-letter words in this, right? They both end with the same letter and they both start with the same letter, right? And they all have the same letters. How can there be two different words that are made out of the same letters? Oh my god, I can't cope. Where does this V go? This V is annoying. What if it's like Ivy? Like Right, what kind of 9-letter words have two Y's in them? Can't be many. The Y's don't go next to each other in any word. And I don't think it'll start with Y. What if it's like in the middle of one word and the second of another word? ID. I. 9-letter words. What if it's like valid? Valid, yay. And then valid. Itty. There's no T. Not that that would fix it, but you know. The only word I can think of isn't even a word with 2 Y's is yesteryear. Right. It's gotta be the last letter. It's gotta be. Or Y-E, but it's gotta be Y because both of them are gonna end on the same Y. It's gotta be. I could start asking for clues. I probably should. But at the end of the day, this is probably just gonna take me a lot of staring unless I've got the rules wrong. And just shuffling letters about a bit. Oh, I see a word. Devil. Devilly, yay! DIY LV. Yeah? That's the closest we've got so far. Devil. Delay. Delay. These are very specific letters, you know? You don't get these in many words. I mean, if I put them at the bottom where they'd probably be, then we can look down and see if there's like yay, DA, DV, Yillid, Yividile, Yillidivi. No. Valid. Valid is one. Valid. Ad. Yad. Viad. Yelliviad. Yelleviad. Yay, valid. No, this just doesn't work. Who do we want to ask? I don't really want to talk to Sean. He gets on my nerves a little bit, if you didn't notice. I like to talk to Liza now. Although I'm probably mostly going to be speaking to Tiana, aren't I? Oh, this looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. At least our eyes aren't stinging from the smoke. Fair point. So what's our best angle here? I mean, we should just try spelling things, right? We should just rattle off different words we can spell with this pool of letters. what I thought. Definitely not a bad place to start. Okay, so dev, that's one. That's short for developer, right? I'm not sure if sent will let us use shortened words. Oh, does it just have to be 3-letter words instead of like a whole 9-letter word? That would make more sense. You want me to help or not? Sorry, carry on. Might as well give them a moment. I'll check back on them in a few minutes. Okay, right. If it's just 3-letter words, this should be a lot easier. Wait, that makes me think day is one. Oh no, because not if dev is one. Okay. This should be easier, right? Yay. Ivy. I don't think these are words. I don't like dev. I think I'd like to try some other things. Lie. They. No. Oh yeah, Ivy. Lid. Hey! Well, maybe just some little things that we can swap though. Ivy's gotta be one. So if we did... we put the Y... Yad. Yed. Yell. Maybe Ivy isn't one. Maybe Dev is one. Dev. So if we had Dev, and then if we had Ivy, that would put them in place. Yay. Oh, we've had this before. Hey! I'm gonna ask them again if they've changed their mind about Dev, because I don't like having that in my head if it's not even a thing. What's up with Liza? She seems kind of sad. Hey! Oh, fuck off, Sean. Hey, something the matter, little lady? Fuck off, you creep. Great, this'll end well. Please don't call me that. Noted. But something is bugging you, right? Sort of. Come on, Sean, it's none of your business. I'm just trying to look out for people, yeesh. It's fine, Ink. I shouldn't be getting distracted anyway. Is it about Beth? Aoife, stop bringing it up! Yeah. I was trying to figure out words for this stupid puzzle and I realized you could spell the word die. Oh. Then Beth popped into my head and... I don't know, I can't stop thinking about her. There's nothing strange about that. I shouldn't have to tell you that it's normal to feel sad when someone passes. Why is everyone getting on my nerves today except like Liza's my buddy, Ray's my buddy. Everyone else I'm like... Wow. I know that, it's just... Before today, I never had anyone die on me. No one at all. It's just me and my father for the most part. We're not, especially close with the rest of the family. What about your mother? I don't really remember her. Of course I'm sad about her, but... This is different. This is the first time that it feels like I've actually lost someone. Ugh. She was just some old lady. I didn't even know her before today. Why do I care so much? Now, Liza, don't just say shit like that. Hearts and minds are fickle things. You never truly know how you feel about something until it happens. And, even if you're sad about something, try not to brush it off. Let yourself be sad or it'll just be worse for you in the long run. Exactly, yeah. That is true. Death is not something to just brush off, is it? Like, it is totally natural to grieve. I'll try. You never forget the first time someone you know dies. Listen, you'll be sad for a while. It's unavoidable, but necessary. But all that grieving, keening, crying, that's the stuff that helps keep their memory alive. And let me tell you, you could do Beth no greater disservice than forgetting about her. You know, it's kind of weird to hear Sean talk about stuff like this. Okay. So die is the point of that. So what if we are... Okay, so we can't have die and Dev. I think I tried lie before. If we still did Ivy, lay. Oh, I've done this before. Similar to this. Is idle a word? I mean, that's close, right? Ivy, die, lay, idle, via. Yay! Right, what if we can switch something here? Yo? Yo? It's like AVI a word? DIY? You would think Ivy would be on the bottom. Shit. I wonder if I've even been slightly close. What if I like try and change it around for inspiration? Still comes out the same, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna ask them again. Just because. Hey, Sean. Sup? Oh, not Sean. Back there when you were talking about, you know, death and all that. Were you speaking from experience? You can't just ask someone that, Liza. Yeah, you can. Sorry. Oh, it's fining. To answer your question, Liza, of course I am. I still remember the day my Orpa died. Orpa. Well, it's not all. My mother broke the news to me over breakfast. I was shocked, sure, but I kinda hopped on the school bus and went on with my day. It took a few hours before it really hit me. By the end of school day, I was a blubbering mess. I was sad about his death well beyond the funeral. He'd constantly pop into my head and I'd just get absolutely miserable. Truth be told though, we weren't as close as you're probably all imagining. He'd set up little scavenger hunts for me when I went to visit him. That's what I remember most. But honestly, I'd seen him maybe a dozen times in my life. I think the reason I was so sad was because that's when I realised what death was. The finality of it was sobering, even for a middle schooler. But But hey, by all accounts, my Opa was a great guy. What's Opa? Like grandpa? Sure, we may not have been that close, but I like to believe we had something of an unspoken connection. I'll remember him forever. It's the least I can do, right? That's very sweet, Sean. Oh, I'm sure your grandfather would be proud of the man you've become. I highly doubt that. I don't think you've ever told me any of this. Why would I? It's not that important. I got us pretty sidetracked, didn't I? Point is, it's okay to be sad about someone even if you didn't know him that well. Did Sean just give legitimately good advice? Now keep this up, Sean, and maybe I'll start forgiving you. Well, they weren't words. There was no hint in that whatsoever. Are we still on the subject? Hey, so how are we doing in terms of a word list? We wrote some down on the paper Liza had in her bag. Let's see here. We've got dev, lie, die, ill, die, id, div, lid, div, and I'd. Okay, I didn't think of half of these. Let's try them all. Why do you have lie and die on there twice? The first two are with an I in the middle, but the second two have a Y in the middle. You know, like to dye one's hair. And lie is some kind of acid for cleaning things. Alright, good catch. We've probably missed a few, but that's our list so far. That's great, thanks. That is good. I didn't think of half of these. I didn't even know some of them existed. Die. What if we... Oh, there's only one E. Ill. Did they have any with a V? They did. It was a word that I don't think I... Oh, it was div. I love you. No. I'm obsessed with... Oh, it can't... It can't be because... With the V. I would like to see them again. Ew. That's not a word. I never thought to just write a list of the words. Right, here we go. Dev. Lie, die. Ill, id, div, lid, and id. 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 Right, we can't do lid if we've done that. Do ill. But then we're using all the good letters. I need to see it again. My brain can't remember. Show me again. Okay, lie with a Y. Ale and aid. Aid was another one. Lid. Aid. Lid. Oh, then we can't do die or lie. Lie, id. I've done id again and that's not what I meant. It was the EID one, I think. This is gonna take me all day. I'm gonna listen to the clues, and if I don't figure it out, I am gonna actually physically write a list. And I'll just kind of skip forward. So that I don't have to bore you guys. Because I like these kind of puzzles. It's hard. I can't do it very well. Right. I was wondering whether or not we'd come across a word puzzle. This ought to be in your wheelhouse, eh? I mean, you're forgetting, I am not ink. I am not an English person. Well, I mean, I am technically an English person, but I'm not, like, good at English. Yeah. Ether ought to be a big help, too. Still, I bet this is a bit trickier than we think. For sure, this is an awkward bunch of letters. It really is. But you would think awkward letters would make it easier, less possibilities. How so? We've got 2 I tiles, 2 Y tiles, and a V tile. Normally this wouldn't be that bad, until you realize that the words we need to spell can only be 3 letters long. Ivy feels like a given. There aren't too many 3-letter words that contain I, Y, and V. Letters like S or T would be way more useful. Wouldn't that be sort of a good thing though? Fewer valid combinations might make it easier to solve. That's what wavelength, man, I'm telling you. Partially, the challenge is both finding those niche words and arranging them in a way that doesn't make the rest of it unsolvable. I guess our first order of business is finding 3-letter words that use I, Y, and V. So let's see and you get rid of those letters first. I mean, how many times can I try Ivy? So what if I try Ivy at the top? Did I ever try that? Then lie, yad, day. I tried this. I mean, that gets it. Like, I isn't a bad word. I is a good word. Lay, die. Oh, I tried. No, this is what I tried. Can I put this in any other combination that works? Dill. Either A. No. No. Give me more clues. Think of any words, any valid words with those letters yet? I've got Vi. If you put that into the rightmost column, you could even spell, say, lie or die along the bottom. Sort of falls apart after that though. Good luck spelling anything with those 2 extra Y tiles. Nothing on my end, sorry. Don't worry about it, I'm still trying to think things over too. You guys are right, those Ivy and Y tiles are pretty rough. Oh, interesting. What's so interesting about that? So, Vi. So, like, I don't know all the 3-letter words, you know? Die. Or lie. That's bad. But we could do lie and die. That gets rid of those. Vil, vid, I, no, ei. Oops, that was an accident. Or what if one of them's an I and one of them's a Y? I feel like we're onto something. I do feel like we might be onto something. Whoa, what 3-letter words end in an I? None. This isn't working. Give me more ideas. Huh, thanks, Ray. Oh, what did I do? Your last comment had something of a hidden message in it. Did it now? You said you were having trouble with the I, V, and Y tiles. Oh, of course. Yeah. Turns out that exact sequence of letters is a word in and of itself. Oh, Ivy. Sure, I'll take it. Well, that was the fucking first word that I saw. I just don't... So right, they made that sound like that is legit. Vi did... Oops, did she say Vi was a word? No. What I want... I've! No, because what I want is die or lie. Ivy and Ivy! Oh boy, this looks like it could be something. Oh, this is gonna be something. Lie, die. Ill, id! Oh, this is it! Oh my god. Wow, that was something, eh? Oh my god, I feel good though, even though I used all the hints. I would never have figured that out because I didn't know half of those words. At least not like, well, I knew die with a Y, but I didn't know you could get lie with a Y. Ivy and Ivy, good god, they were hinting it so bad. And I didn't put it together. Okay. There we go. Some tricky words, but not too bad overall. You're as fast as ever, Ring. Thanks for lending a hand. This is why you're getting on my nerves, Ether. That's a lie. I sure am glad the rest of you are good at word puzzles. It was still a bit more challenging than I'd hoped. I'd say we solved it fast enough. Doors unlocked, right? Why don't we... God damn this. Sean jolted forward, dry heaving at the end of a gruesome lunge. Oh, fucking thing. Sean sit down for a moment? No, I'll be fine. Sean struggled through a few more wet, phlegmy coughs. Then took a deep breath and went into something of a meditative state. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. If you say so. Why don't we finally get this door open, huh? I'm wondering then if the black area is going to be about us, since it's got a word game, but the previous puzzle was science, so I don't know. Good idea. Might want to be careful with this one. It looks sort of heavy duty. Sean winced as he cracked open the door with a dramatic heave. Ugh. Who farted? I don't smell anything. Me neither. Right. Must be my imagination then. Why is he smelling something the rest of us aren't? Looks pretty dark. Let's be on our guard. Here, I'll have a quick look. Tiana was the first to poke her head through the door. See anything? The flooring on the other side seems to be a narrow mesh walkway. There's a single ladder leading down, so let's not all rush through at once. Have we reached the corner? Where does the ladder lead? Can you see the bottom? Just barely, it's a long way down. I could make out some kind of console and what looked like a lockbox. It's a corner. Oh, and I think there's a mirror in the... Oh my god, no, in the corner. Somebody needs to grab Liza right now. Shush, Windows. Jesus. Why am I getting notifications from Xbox? Fuck off. Liza was through the door in a flash. Shit. Even from the next room over, Ink could hear her hurriedly clamber down the ladder. This is bad. Did I say something wrong? Oh, I get it. She wants to get to the bottom first because she's wearing a skirt, right? Let's go with that. Is that the only thing you can think about? Right? He's so perverted. I don't like him. Kinda. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Please kill yourself. Tiana whipped around and headed through the door herself, her hair nearly lashing Ink in the face. So mean. What's a man gonna do to get some respect around here? Maybe don't be such a fucking disgusting douche. Stop speaking and start listening. Fair point. What would I do without you, Ink? I mean, you'd probably drink more, and I guess you wouldn't be involved in this shitty death game. Rhetorical question, buddy. Rhetorical. Anyway, sounds like Tiana made her way down. My turn to jump into the snake pit, I guess. Hey, oh, the ladder? Don't know if I'll be able to help with this one. There's a good chance I won't be able to get down that ladder without hurting myself. And even if I do, there's no guarantee I'm gonna be able to climb back up. I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. You've done more than enough today. Please don't overexert yourself. Yeah, you should stay up here. It'll be easier for everyone. Thanks, guys. I'll be right outside. Yell at me if you need my attention. Like, this is awful because earlier what he said, but he could be propping the door open. I think that is actually a useful thing right now. Will do. Suppose I'll head down next. Can I have a word? Of course, what's up? If you've been paying attention to the 4 elements wing layouts, you know that this room's definitely a corner, no question. I figured the same thing. With that weird scene Tiana described, I'm all but certain of it. Oh, what if this room is designed for... Because of the mirror, it's for Liza. We've got to make sure Liza doesn't try and kill herself. They're gonna mess with her eyes. No. Nobody wants a repeat of the last one. Make sure they don't stick their arms into some fucking box thing. Ink couldn't help but snicker at the comment. Yeah, I guess that sounded pretty stupid. Still, I'm counting on you to keep everyone safe. I'll do my best. I know you will. Good luck, man. Taking a deep breath, Ink turned away. He wasn't gonna let Ray down. With that, Ink trudged through the door. The smell of rust and stagnant water overtook all else. The walkway Tiana described was only a few feet wide. Ink shimmied across the dimly lit mesh, stepped onto the solitary ladder, and began to climb down. He had no choice but to move slowly. The flaky rungs were dangerously damp. His feet eventually touched down on rough cement. Okay. We're in like a sewer. There's the mirror. Shit. Gross. No kidding. Make sure to watch your step. It's a little slippery in here. Just so you guys know, Ray won't be joining us. I don't think we should have him climbing any ladders in his current state. Tsk. Yeah, sure. What the fuck are you talking about, Tiana? Oh, was that not like mean? Because it felt mean. Come give us a hand with this console. It's just a blank screen right now. Let me have a look. As Ink neared the peculiar construct, he couldn't help but notice the awestruck girl in the corner of the room. One sec, actually. Oh, look at her. Oh, look at the emotion. That's such a good picture. Like drawing, painting, whatever you would call it. Hey, you okay? This is so weird. In a good way? I don't know. Just weird. Is that really me in there? Or some stranger? She wouldn't even know, would she? I don't recognize this person at all. I thought it'd all make sense, but now I'm just more confused than ever. Silence reigned for a time. Eventually, a fidgety Eliza managed to peel herself away from the smudged-looking glass. She coughed a tiny cough into her elbow. Ink couldn't get a good look, but he suspected there was some amount of blood involved. I'll just go ahead and say it. This one's obviously my corner. Well, we don't know that for sure. Don't play dumb with me, Ink. Liza's voice was laced with acid. She was right, of course. The mirror left little room for doubt that this corner was meant for her. So, clearly there's a lot you failed to tell me. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm pretty lost. I don't know how much we can tell you, but... So we're looking for these key cards, right? So far, each one we found was at the end of one of the hotel's colour-coded wings. Each involved some sort of personal challenge. The first was aimed at Beth and nearly drove her to self-harm. The second was Ray's and, well, you know what happened there. Liza suspected this corner is hers, and really, that's all you need to know. Did you not tell them this when you gave them the lowdown, Ether? Let's work together to make sure no harm comes to her, or anyone for that matter. Gotcha, gotcha. So, if we're talking key cards, it's probably in this lockbox, right? That's a safe bet, yeah. Has anyone tried that hand scanner? We wanted your opinion on this stuff before we touched anything. Not a bad call. Let's be cautious here. Ooh. Sent. Said scanner is currently inoperable. Salutations! Long time no see, Sent. To what do we owe the pleasure? I am here to provide instructions for this corner, nothing more. Go on then, what's the deal with this place? Before I begin, I would like to confirm the participation of everyone in this room. I must close, seal, and lock the door above, you see? And like with the smell and stuff, I feel like the room's gonna fill again. Also, the floor above is mesh. What if it fills with water? Oh god. I don't suppose you can tell us what's gonna happen once the door's locked? I, unfortunately, cannot. Figured as much. Ink turned to the other contestants in the room. Anyone want to opt out of this one? The question was met with silence. They were in it for the long haul. We'll all be participating, except for Ray. Leave him out of this. Very well. So begins our third corner. So, how do we get out of here? And how do we get the black key card? On the subject of the black key card, voila! It is now yours to take. Sure enough, the lockbox had unclasped itself. Ink leaned forward, flipped open the lid, and fished out a familiar looking key card with a dark crest emblazoned upon it. There's no way that's it. What's the catch? Well, I mean, we've got to get out of the room, Ink. Ink steeled himself, dreading the worst. Oh god. Yes, I thought it was gonna be friggin' smelly gas. In 30 minutes, the grates at the bottom of this chamber will begin to discharge a sulfuric acid mist. The concentration will steadily increase over the course of 20 minutes. Ink crossed his arms, nearly unfazed. Something about Sent's threat seemed less than genuine. At the very least, it was incomplete. I'm no chemist, but sulfuric acid. I'm guessing that's lethal? Well, it's no hydrochloric acid, but... yes, it's lethal, slow and painful to boot. Precisely, inhaling it will be unavoidable. As mentioned earlier, the door at the top of the ladder has been sealed tight. In order to escape, you must, of course, unseal it. While the mechanism that opens a door is a simple one, the accompanying decision is anything but. Oh no. Oh no, don't tell me she's gonna have to give up her sight voluntarily. Because that's not a choice, like, she can either see for the rest of 30 minutes, or... Right, anyway, let's not jump to conclusions. Please note the hand scanner to your right. The door at the top of the stairs will be unlocked for as long as a pulse is detected upon said scanner. Oh shit! The moment a pulse is no longer detected, the door will close and reseal itself automatically. This is bad. Wait, then how horror crept onto Aoife's face as she added 2 and 2 together? How would the last person escape? That's just it, my dear. They don't. You can't. I must. See, he looks sad about that. Maybe he doesn't want to do this. Shut your mouth, you piece of shit. Calm down, Ink. We'll find a way out of... No. Calm down, Sean. We'll find a way out of this. How? I could put my hand on the scanner, then you guys could wedge something in the door. Absolutely not! Whoa. Even if you somehow managed to impede the hydraulics powering said door, such an act would be against the rules. My patience is all but evaporated. Defiance will be met with the death of every contestant. Oh my god. The gears in Ink's mind came to a grinding halt. You cannot change your reality, you can only colour it. Someone will die in this room. Your only choice is whom. Oh, and here's one final piece of advice for my wonderful contestants. A message lies hidden somewhere in this corner. It will not alter your fate, but it might make your decision slightly easier. I have a feeling that one of you might have what it takes to pinpoint this key piece of information. That's enough from me now, I suppose you'll want to have a circular argument or some such. Or perhaps a pulling of straws is in order. However you come to your decision, know you've less than 30 minutes to do so. Remember that by doing nothing, you are damning your fellow contestants to a horrible, painful death. Silence is submission. I said something like that before. Apathy is compliance. Inaction is murder. And he's sad when he's saying that as well. Oh, now he's happy again. So, I beseech you, do nothing. What does beseech mean? Or, you could die. What a bastard. I need to know what beseech means, actually. Sorry, 1 second. Define beseech. Ask urgently and fervently to do something. Implore. So, I implore you, do nothing. What? Is he asking us to do nothing? Ink had nothing to say. No one did. The other contestants stood behind him, shocked, furious, vacant. One even thought to consult her reflection. Everyone seemed to share a certain numbness. Is that it then? Is there nothing I can do? I was so naive to think that Beth would be Scent's last victim. How could anyone be so cruel? How the hell are we supposed to decide something like this? Where's this hidden message? Could it help us? No, doesn't matter what it is. There's no escaping this damn choice. For the rest of us to live, One of us has to die. Ooh, so there's 5 of us in this room. Ooh, that's cool. That's stress. So I'm hazarding a guess right now that whatever message is in the room is gonna be something that makes someone wanna stay behind. I'm just wondering, this is just an absolute stab in the dark, but if the message in this room, since this room is for Liza, if it's saying that she won't be able to keep her sight once they leave, because just literally because, like, I don't want it to sound as if I'm saying that, like, being blind is, like, the end of the world and stuff, like, or, like, as if I'm being horrible about blind people. That's not what I mean at all. I just mean, like, she told us that because that she could see again, her dad had said that, like, yes, she can have the company. It's basically changed her life. It is her life, right? She is completely thinking that her life revolves around this. So then if she were to then lose the sight, that's basically like her life is being taken away from her. So I wonder if there's a note somewhere in the room saying, like, if you get out, you won't be able to keep your sight. And then she'll decide that she can be the one that stays behind because she doesn't have a future, in air quotes. I'm trying to think of a way that we can get around this, but because I was like, maybe we can go and get Ray's arm. But 1, it was stuck in a machine, and 2, it doesn't have a pulse. Can we make some sort of contraption that feels like a pulse? Like, we can't even chop someone's arm off. Someone else's arm off, because it won't have a pulse. And someone would need to hold it there. I can't physically see a way out of this. It's very bad. So it's between Ink, Liza, Sean, Tiana, and Aoife. 5. Oh man, this is... God, I don't know. Let's see what the next one's called. To leave behind. Who do we leave behind? How do we do it? How do we get out of it? I don't know that we can. It's so bad. Let me check the standings. I want to see if Beth... Oh no. Beth's gone. I wish I knew what this paranoia thing was. I say it every time, but I don't, because, like, there's a black bar here. I don't know what it means. Whoa, Aoife's trusting us. What made that shoot up? I'm trusting her less and less. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Okay then, right, let us end it there then. That was chapter 24, Down in the Dumps. I've had some thoughts. Looking forward to seeing what happens next. These corners are getting more and more dramatic, and it's interesting. Because, like, we also could have done these in either order, so I'm very curious what the other corner is as well, even though we haven't finished this corner yet. But, okay, I wonder if the sulfuric acid is something to do with the accident that she had. Don't know where that comes into it. Anyway, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for chapter 25. Bye bye.